coming here is sort of a homecoming for me. It's my first time speaking at this level in Mississippi, although I speak all over the country in other capacities. So I feel it's really special for me to be here. So speaking of my father, who passed last year, one thing he told us while we were growing up, he told us a cotton picking story. So his cotton picking story was one day when he was 15 years old in Tylertown, Walpole County, Mississippi. He woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to see how much cotton I can pick today. I'm going to pick the most cotton I can physically pick today. So 15 years old, he goes out to the field, right? You know how it is, the story, the sacks and hot sun, can't see in the morning, can't see at night, you get that. This young man at 15 years old picks 412 pounds of cotton. Sets the record for Walpole County. He was a cotton picking champion. Literally a cotton picking champion. And so when I asked him, I said, well, why'd you do that? You know, what was the motivation? He just said, I just wanted to see how good I could do. What he said was, whatever you're doing, do your best. So he wanted to be his best picking cotton as a sharecropper, although he knew he would not see or receive the profits directly. So one theory that he gave us graduates, and this is from Reverend Jack Marks from Tylertown, Walpole County, Mississippi, for success and for greatness was the DFD theory. And the DFD is discipline, focus, and determination. Now, I'm going to pose a few questions to you. You can jot these down or take notes on your phone. First question is, do you want to be great? Do you want to be great? Right now, most people are not great because most people don't want to do the things it requires to be great. And this DFD theory takes us down that road. So let's start with discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is doing what you know you should do when you don't feel like doing it. Listen at that. Doing what you know you should do when you don't feel like doing it. I know I should eat healthy, but that chocolate cake look good. I know I'm trying to lose weight. Ooh, fried catfish. Man, Mississippi gotta have catfish, right? So these sorts of things, exercise. I wake up in the morning, I know I should run on the track. Oh, this bed feels so good, right? So the notion of discipline is just consistency of action. Now, greatness being a choice requires this sort of level of discipline. So at Coahoma Community College, some of you may have had some discipline. All right, so were you willing to study for the exam several days in advance and maybe miss club night or flashy Fridays at Fry's Point? Were you willing to sacrifice? Right, that's what the discipline has. I mean, some Fridays you just gotta eat your catfish and go home. You may not have to go to the club that night, that catfish Friday. Were you willing to write the paper in advance, although you may not have been able to spend as much time shooting hoops in a hot box? Sometimes you just may have to give some of that up. Were you able to tutor or help your fellow classmates on Tuesdays or Thursday nights? And I know this is tough. Those are only 2 nights of visitation. But would you give up visitation to help out your brother or your sister? This is the discipline that we talk about, right? The focus, the DFD, the focus part, all focus is spending more time on fewer things. Listen to that. Focus, spend more time on fewer things. This generation, I've done a deep analysis of this. You all suffer from weapons of mass distraction. What does that look like? That's the technocrat addicts that many of you are. You got your phones, your devices, you're addicted to social media and being plugged in. Some of you are sitting there right now. Your phone is on vibrate, right? Text comes in, got a text. There's an old dude over here talking. Got another text. You start getting fidgety, right? Don't know what to do. You drop the program, pull out your phone and check it, right? Because some of you all are addicted to what we call technocrat, right? But that's the weapons of mass distraction. You have cable channels with 800 channels. You all realize that when some of us were young, we had 5 channels, like ABC, CBS, right? You had a few channels. Let me take this off on that, right? To choose from, right? So with all these gadgets and apps and everything else, you have a lot going on. And so this notion of focus is very difficult. You have so many things to distract you. But when you think about the priorities in your life, what is your focus? So if I ask you right now, think in your mind about the top priorities in your life right now, the top 3. What would they be? right? I want you to keep that in mind as we go forward, right? So for many of you all, in terms of priorities, you'll say, oh, graduation, education, family, getting a good job, God, Jesus, right? Spirituality. You'll give all the good answers. Real talk. You know how you know someone's priority? And this is whether you're a graduate or in the audience. It's about spending. Dale Bronner helped me with this. You know someone's priorities by how they spend their time and how they spend their money. So let's make it plain. You say my priority is school, getting a good job, education, family, God, right? Let's just say, when you go home tonight, you get into your bedroom, Jesus, or whatever God you believe in, is sitting on your bed. And Jesus says, you know what? We've been secretly videotaping your life for the last 7 days. Let's sit down and watch the tape. If you had to sit down with your God and watch your life for the last 7 days, how you spoke, where you went, those things you did, does it line up, right? Or your priorities lining up with your actions? How are you spending your time? So you can talk me to death about education is key, right? But if you're spending too much of your time socializing and engaged, is that really a priority? So the way you know someone's priorities, you look at their life and see how they spend their time. That tells you someone's priorities. So as you all are transitioning to the next level, you all are here. So you have some level of priority, you are graduating. Absolutely, I congratulate you. The next level for you, whether that's work or a 4-year institution or whatever it might be, it may require another level of sacrifice in terms of your time. What does it look like in terms of money? Students come to me, oh, DrMarks, 3 weeks in the class, I'll say, who has the book? Oh, I don't have a book yet. I didn't get my refund check, I'm a little behind financially, this and that. But he just bought his new iWatch. So I said, hold on. You got a new iWatch, but you don't have a book. Oh, I'm going to just give him my boy. Please. So you say education is your priority, but you buy the iWatch and wait for the refund check for your book. Really? Right? So in terms of what we're really talking about, how are you spending your money? If you want to show me your priorities, show me your receipts. If I see receipts from the club and not receipts from the bookstore, that may be a problem. Real talk. But you all are here. So making some of those decisions look good, but at the next level, what are you willing to sacrifice in terms of your finances? So time and money reflects your priorities. So look at your lives. When you plan the next phase, the summer, the fall, of these next years, how are you planning your time and how are you planning to allocate the resources in terms of your money? The third part of the DFD theory is determination. Determination is defined as the quality of being resolute, firmness of purpose. Now, do your goals change with the wind, with the trend, or with the spin of society? Have you made a decision to do something? Do you have a goal, and will you stick to it regardless of what others or what society says? Many of you all are chasing a paycheck. Let me back up. Let me pause parenthetically. Do you know Gallup did a poll, and they found that most Americans do not love their jobs. Actually, most Americans don't like their jobs. Right? Most people work hard enough not to get fired. You gotta get that. I just said something. Adults know what I'm talking about. Working hard enough not to get fired. They say, oh, can you do, oh, no, girl, they don't pay me enough to do that. Oh, no, that's not part of my job description. Oh, no. The minimalist approach. The minimalist approach, right? Working just hard enough so you don't get fired. So who do you think is going to whose name is going to come up when there's an opportunity for promotion? The one who does the minimum or the one that goes beyond the call of duty? So settling for mediocrity will have you living a mediocre life potentially for the long haul. What you must understand is excellence is attractive. What do I mean? What if Beyonce walked in here right now? I just walked down the aisle right now. They're like, oh, yo, that's Beyonce. Yo, can I get a selfie? Can I get an autograph? You would be attracted or drawn to her. You don't know Beyonce. Not really. What you know is that she can sing and dance really well. Here's the deal. This is from Oprah Winfrey, another Mississippian, right? When you are good at what you do, people notice. Let that sink in. When you are good, when you are excellent, people notice. If you go to a local restaurant and somebody's making fries, and when you just like the fries, every time you come in, you're going to say, no, I want your mom making my fries. You go to the barbershop or the beauty salon, you know you have that stylist that you want. When somebody is good, people notice. And just like in your departments, let me make it real plain for the faculty. In most departments, there are students that most faculty know by name and will sort of feed opportunities. Maybe not here. Maybe not here, because you all may not have favorites. But in most institutions, the excellent students tend to get opportunities. Excellence will bring you opportunities. They will rain down on you. All right, so just keep that in mind. When you are good at what you do, people will notice. All that slick talk and give the gab, it's good to be a good networker. But you want to lead with performance. When somebody needs a job done, they shouldn't say, oh, that person's a nice person. They're a good networker. They're like, that person is excellent and will do it well. That's what you want, lead with performance. So DFD theory, discipline, focus, and determination. So some questions you want to ask yourself under determination is, do you know what you want? And this goes for adults too. Do you all know what you want? Do you have a specific goal? Because this life thing is not necessarily that hard. When you know what you want, you design a plan and you work your plan. So these things are attainable, but first, most people don't know what they want. Some folks go to college and change their major 3 to 4 times. Just because what's hot out there, what they feel they can make money at. Right? So knowing what you want will provide some guidance for you. So in terms of the excellence, in terms of the determination, you have some graduates here who exemplify that. Right? So can we be like one of your fellow graduates, Stephanie Chisholm? Where's Stephanie? Can you raise your hand, Stephanie? All right, Stephanie Chisholm was struck with cerebral palsy, but maintained a 3.8 GPA throughout the whole time at Coahoma Community College. All right, then we have Anthony Morgan and Kezia Walker. Where are you all? Anthony, stand up, Anthony, stand up, Kezia Walker. So this is Mr. Coahoma Community College and Miss Coahoma Community College. So Anthony will be transitioning to Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia in the fall. And Kezia will be transitioning to the University of Mississippi in the fall. Congratulations. Right, so this discipline, focus, determination, you have examples of this within your mix. Another question I want to ask you. Are you can't or are you able? Are you can't or are you able? Let me unpack that a bit. So President Barack Obama started the White House Council on Women and Girls in 2009. Great initiative designed to improve the life outcome of women and girls across the country, across all racial groups. He then started My Brother's Keeper in 2014. My Brother's Keeper is designed to improve the life outcomes of boys and young men of color. Now, My Brother's Keeper, as many of you all know, we heard a mini sermon earlier today, so many of you all are familiar with the Bible. And even if you're not, I'm going to sort of just recap a story that provides the origin of My Brother's Keeper. So we know the story of Cain and Abel, right? Cain and Abel, 2 brothers, right? Cain offers some sub-tier fruit, as an offering to God. God says, that's all right. Abel offers, he's a shepherd. Abel offers, the best parts of the sheep, of the cattle. God is pleased. Cain is a hater. Cain takes Abel out to the field, kills him. God comes up and says, Cain, where's your brother? What's going on? He's like, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? So Cain cannot. Cain can't. Cain couldn't do the right thing. Cain killed Abel. That can't kill what you may be able to do. Don't let the can't kill your ability. Don't let the can't kill your able. What does that look like? People said you couldn't go to college. You can't go to college, but you did. People said that you wouldn't graduate. You can't graduate in that major, but you did. People said you couldn't apply to a 4-year degree or look at the next level, but you are in that process. People said you couldn't start your own business. Can't. Don't let can't kill your dreams of what you can potentially achieve through your ability. You're going to have haters. You're going to have some Cains in your life. They may not kill you physically, but they may try to kill your dreams and what you are trying to achieve. So don't let your can'ts kill your abilities. So some of you all may be rebounding. As we know, you all had a flood recently, my understanding is. Right? And you all recovered, might have lost your house, some personal belongings, your car, and so forth, but you're still here today coping with that, right? So these can't situations will keep coming up and try to block your progress, but it doesn't have to. So why not take your achievements to the highest level? Now, due to slavery and oppression in this land, many African Americans are conceptually incarcerated in the abyss of low expectations. What does that look like? They don't believe that they can or deserve to be great. So the question becomes, why not you? Why not Some of y'all say, I want to be an engineer. As African Americans, folks that are kissed by nature's son, I want to be an engineer. Why not you? Your ancestors were the first engineers. They built the pyramids thousands of years ago, and aqueducts, and obelisks, and all sorts of things, when other people were living off the land. You want to be a physicist? Why not you? An astronomer? Why not you? Your ancestors mapped the stars, again, thousands of years ago, and created a 365.25-day calendar that we still use today. Why not you? You want to be a doctor, a physician? Why not you? You have the cultural blood of Imhotep running through your veins. The first physician, we're talking 2000 BC, mapped the brain, engaged in surgeries, created medical papyrus. It is in your cultural DNA to do this and be great. Never let anyone question who you are, black people. All these folks have contributed, whites, blacks, Asians, Hispanics, but you were first. And understand that. It's not a matter of you sitting at the head of the human table, the table of humanity, but you definitely deserve a spot. All right? Some of us don't understand this. We started this thing. We created mathematics. Black folks talk about, oh, I'm just not good at math. Oh, that is a slap in the cultural face of your ancestors. Black folks invented mathematics at the highest levels, thousands of years ago. So let's not fall victim to this sort of thing. I think what may be happening is, I think you all don't understand the difference between hard work and hardship. So let me break this down for you as I close. First close. As I close. Hard work. Go to class consistently and on time. Complete your assignments. Hard work. Hardship. Your ancestors on the continent with their family in their villages, scooped up in a net, drugged 100 to 200 miles to the coast. Right? Where these strange pale-faced people have them in chains and on rocks and on blocks, and then they roll them onto a ship. And then they put them in the bowels of the ship where they sleep next to each other like this. And there's fecal matter, menstruation, all sorts of fluid and sickness flowing around. And then they open up the hatch and they throw down the slops and you're fighting each other just to get something to eat. And don't get sick, because the profit on slaves was 1,000%. Say 4 people were chicken together, they bring them up top to the deck. And rather than cutting the chains and throwing that sick person over, they throw all 4 of them overboard so that the sharks that follow the ship can eat you alive. That's hard shit. Hard work is read a book. Do your assignments. You all are here. You've done some of that. We want the next level. Hard work. You know, there's research that shows when they gave students the opportunity to turn the paper in a week ahead of time with feedback from faculty, less than 10% actually did it. They give feedback with no penalty. Give them your paper, the faculty, the teacher looks at it, gives you feedback, and you can turn it in, no penalty. Less than 10% they can do it. That's part of that hard work piece. Hard work, doing things ahead of time when they should be done. Hardship is, you got these fields out here. Think about your ancestors. Working from can't see in the morning to can't see at night. Drinking a 4-foot to 10-foot cotton sack, the pink cotton, all day long, right? By moonlight sometimes. Anybody here pink cotton? Anybody here? That's back-breaking work. Them bristles, those bowls, you gotta pull them out of, put your cuticles back, touch your hand guard, your back-breaking work. That's hardship. Hard work is sitting in an air-conditioned computer lab pressing buttons. Really? Right? We got to have context. Y'all have to understand this thing. Right? Hardship. You understand that your parents and grandparents, 50s and 60s, you know what it's, can you imagine having water sprayed on you so hard that it tears the flesh off your arm? Because you want the right to vote, to be a citizen, to be human. Right? So that's the hardship. You all are the second generation where those sorts of barriers have been removed, legally removed. Yes, there's racism. Yes, there's sexism. Yes, there's all types of other isms. But you can be great if you decide to. Being great is a choice. It is not genetic. We map the human genome. There's no G in the G's and A's and B's that say, he's going to be great, go to college. No. It is a decision. Are you willing to put in the work? You've gotten this far. We want you to go further. Do not settle, do not accept where you are now. Whether you go to work or you go to the next level of school, be great, be excellent, discipline, focus, determination. You don't let your canes or your haters kill you. Kill them. Not physically. But kill them with your performance. Kill them with your skill. Don't let any man or any woman question who you are, question your credentials when you can perform. Right? So this sort of notion of being less than or not feeling entitled to certain things, that is not historically part of who you are. And this last piece I'll say, second close. Last thing I'll say, folks, do not begin the history of black people with slavery. Never do that. That puts them at a point of deficit, of less than, of reacting to oppression. Start with their greatness and bring them through to where they are now, because you all are not supposed to be here. Let me keep it real, says Naeem Akbar. Sitting in an air-conditioned room, get these degrees and all these cords, you are sons and daughters of slaves in a local sense. They never expected you to be able to read and write and have PhDs and MPs and all kinds of other letters behind your name. That was not the expectation. You are here in spite of that. That means us to pray to Christ through hardship so that your hard work can pay off. So I'll leave you with this. Be strong. For we are not here to play, to dream, or to drift. We have hard work to do and loads to lift. Shun not the struggle. Don't avoid the struggle, for it is God's gift. Be strong. Thank you.